Yo, we are here with another session of Gamebound, doing another one-shot here. It is actually going to be our last one-shot before we discovered very recently, when we just were talking before the session started, that we are all very excited to play Dungeons & Dragons. And so we're going to go ahead and do session 0 next week of our new campaign, talk about characters, talk about the campaign, the game, do some fun kind of prep stuff for it. We will still be doing the other one-shots we had planned at some point, but we'll fit it in, wherever they make sense in the future here. So the other one-shots still on the docket are a made RPG session GM'd by Emily, which I am still very excited about, very excited to do. So we'll see where that pops into the future, and then we'll probably still do a game of show tunes at some point. And then Seth had a idea for a game that he still doesn't really know what it's going to look like yet. So whenever he figures that out, we'll do it.
It's gonna be roll for shoes, but
Okay.
I did do some brainstorming over the weekend. That's just
cool.
Well,
you have more time to think about it now.
Time.
Yeah. As much time as you would like. All right, so tonight we're going to play...
I spared you all a pun and sent it to Seth.
Thank you. I appreciate that. So we're going to go ahead and play a fun session of Fate Accelerated once more. Same game we played last time, but a different setting. Because, that's what Fate can do. And we're going to be playing a Sailor Moon one-shot, as you can see by a little title plate up here. Yeah, and Alyssa is decked out, even the hairstyle. Yep, you're all ready to go.
I'm ready.
So if
we're gonna fight Sailor Moon in this,
right? 3
right?
years since you guys promised me a Sailor Moon one-shot.
That's true. It's been a long time.
Here we go. Yeah, when we first met, you all promised me one for my birthday.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And it never happened.
Happy birthday.
Very late birthday.
Yeah, we got to sing it 3 times. Okay. Yeah.
3 birthdays later.
Exactly. So if you don't know what Sailor Moon is, it is a magical girl anime. So particular genre of anime, Japanese animation, that is about teenage girls who transform into epic superheroes to save the day. And we're going to be doing kind of like like we did last week, our own spin on it. We're not doing all of the characters. We're going to play the characters from the actual show. But we will be playing a kind of fun magical girl game today. It will be weird. It will be silly. There will be talking animals. And, well, let's introduce the characters, shall we? Whatever you guys have figured out so far, and then we'll kind of fill in the details a little bit before we jump into it. Seth, who is your character? Would you give us a name and then a quick description?
I'm Sailor Hephaestus.
Okay. Sailor Hephaestus? Is that what you... Okay.
It's going to be hard to keep for a few hours.
Yep.
No, Hephaestus is the... Oh, I wrote this down. He's master blacksmith and craftsman of the gods. So I picked a character from a thing Jordan and I streamed once where she was the inventor of the group. And just like your voice, God, just bringing you back.
All right.
And she just looks like her picture. She just looks like...
Would you describe it?
She looks like Luca from Chrono Trigger. She wears an orange suit. She got a headset thingy on that I don't actually know what it is. But it looks
like
cool.
Well, it's a helmet with a headset.
Yes. I don't know what it actually does, but
you have a cute scarf on. Little bandana scarf thing going on.
Monocle, actually. We're gonna say Luca Chrono Trigger.
Cool.
Yeah.
Anyway, sounds
like
good.
That. Okay, this is okay.
Cool. Emily, who are you playing?
I'm Sailor Gaia.
Very nice.
My description that I have written is green, vegetarian, always barefoot.
Very nice. Makes sense. Alyssa, what about you?
I am Sailor Artemis. I have very long, white, luxurious hair. And yeah, I'm the goddess of love and the moon.
Very nice.
So.
Very nice. Very excited about this. So you are Sailor Moon. Let's be real.
But with a bow, because she's
Yeah.
also the god of hunting.
Also true. Yeah.
So
What about you, Jordan? I took a very brief look at your character, and I don't know what's going on there, but please describe it to us.
I'm Garrus, god of old age.
Love it. Okay, you're a grandma. That's
I mean, great, 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 great,
yep. Okay.
great grandmother. Yes.
Very nice. Very nice. That was well done. So, in this game, we're going to be playing these gals who are a team of some sort or another. We'll figure out the exact details of that in a second here. Who are going to they fight evil when it arises in their hometown. That they do live normal lives when they're not fighting evil, and when evil does arrive, they do a magical girl transformation sequence to become their true form, and go fight evil and stuff. So let's run down a little bit further into the game mechanics. So Sailor Hephaestus. So you need a high concept, which is like a, for you it might be something like industrious or crafty, some blank, right? Like those sorts of, so one or two adjectives about like you being Hephaestus-like, and then a noun.
So, crafty, and another word you said?
Yeah, probably usually like one or two adjectives and a noun for the high concept. So, you could use sailor as the noun, right? So like,
What's another word I could use for Hephaestus? Crafty. You know what? I just realized something, Jordan. It's not chicken nugget, it's quail. Wait, no, you don't know that. So apparently, symbols of Hephaestus are fire, anvil, axe, donkey, hammer, tongs, and quail.
all right, little quail nuggets.
Yeah, this is a long story.
I
Like
figured it
chicken
was.
nuggets.
Yeah.
Crafty, hot-headed sailor.
There you go. Sounds good. That good.
I just thought he was going to end with
You're gonna say hot.
Crafty hot
Yeah.
sailor. Very different connotation there.
Yeah.
And then you have your trouble aspect. So what's like something that, what's your biggest trouble in life? Is it something like, it could be a quirk or a characteristic about you? It could be an external trouble.
I wrote one down already. I do not take criticism of my creations very well.
Nice. Okay. Sweet.
Hence the hot-headedness.
Awesome. And then I think for this one, we'll go ahead and do the full face trio because we have less to go on this time. Yes, yeah, we have less go on this time. You obviously have like your powers and stuff, so you could make an aspect based on whatever that is, but also, it could just be in Sailor. Like, it doesn't necessarily need to be an aspect, but it can be.
I already put a stunt that kind of is one of my powers.
Yeah, and obviously stunts will reflect that too. But so we'll just do high concept and trouble for now, and then I'll run you through the phase trio, and we'll get some connections going on here. This will be probably more needed in this one than the
I
last
already
one.
know mine with Emily's.
Okay, perfect.
She's a vegetarian, and I'm
Oh, of course, yeah. So speaking of Emily, Sailor Gaia, or however you pronounce it in the original
Gaia.
Greek, I don't know.
I don't know. I'm saying Gaia.
Yeah, Gaia is, I think, the typical American pronunciation. But what's your high concept?
I'm trying to think of my trouble aspect is definitely the fact that I refuse to use motorized vehicles. There's too many carbon emissions and stuff from that. So,
Characters are not going to get along.
I don't use motorized vehicles.
That's awesome.
So now for my high concept, it would be
it could be nature loving, barefooted hippie.
Sure.
I mean,
Let's do it.
I feel like that encapsulates
Look, I've
it.
learned if I stay silent long enough, Caleb just does the work for me.
Wow. Wow.
What did we say? Nature loving something hippie.
Nature loving barefooted hippie.
Perfect.
Well, so it's my instinct because this is a show. Like, Dead Space is not.
I know, and I try and think of stuff, but then Caleb says something and it's perfect anyway.
Oh, well, thank you. Alyssa, what do you got for high concept? Sailor Artemis.
That's a good question. I was thinking it's something like protective of like my people.
Protective of my people. Well, so I would make
of like my group.
Yeah, you could have
my friends.
protective be one of the adjectives.
Protective. I don't know. I'm trying to think what the other thing would be. That goes like with goddess of Artemis.
I mean, you could just be protective huntress.
Protective huntress.
That works. There's plenty of connotations in there.
And then I already knew my not so great one is I don't take rejection well.
Very nice. Very nice. Sweet. And Jordan, what do you got?
Okay, we might need to figure out a better way to make this more concise, but spunky, scrappy old woman who doesn't let her age stop her from having a good time.
Okay, yeah, that will definitely
Every word of that is perfect.
Let's see.
She's a strong, independent granny who don't need no youngins.
Spunky, young at heart grandma.
Cool. And my negative trait is that I get bored quickly.
Nice. This will be fun. Okay, cool.
I'll stay in the pod just to get something going.
Let's go ahead and do the phase trio. So the way this works is I'll have you guys describe 3 different kind of events that happened and then a aspect that you gained because of it. So first one, you're going to describe your character's first adventure, right? So we know you guys. Let's remind me, like, how do people usually become sailors?
I mean, they're obviously in Sailor Moon, at least, they were always Sailor Scouts. It's just that the moon got destroyed, so they were reincarnated into humans on Earth, and then they had to be awakened by the animal leader people.
Okay, all right, sounds good. We can go with that. It's maybe not the moon being destroyed or whatever.
Right,
but
maybe the heavens.
Yeah, let's say for whatever reason. Well, let's do this because it's like Greek gods. Let's say the Greek gods have been slumbering for millennia now, right? Like they went to sleep, they got locked away somewhere, whatever happened, and then something let them free. And instead of going and becoming gods again, for whatever reason, the Earth has changed, and so they can't like wield their god powers like they used to, and so they had to go. Either do you want to be reincarnated, and not know originally that you were gods and goddesses, or are you just the people and you just became human?
I'm just curious how this works for the timeline, because that means Jordan's character became it a long time ago before us.
That's fair. Yeah. Well, so then it would make more sense if it was a reincarnation. It would make more sense for Jordan's character, because it would just be you all just came down to Earth.
We just haven't been awakened yet.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's say that. Let's say you kind of you didn't have any memories, and you got sent down to Earth in human form, and you don't know who you are, or you at least didn't. I think you do now. But you didn't know who you were, and had to kind of learn it. So
basically Sailor Moon. So there you go.
I was gonna say that also works well for Joey's character.
Exactly. So Sailor Hephaestus, then describe your character's first adventure. Right, this is for you, for all of you, probably like the first time you figured out who you were and like transformed. What happened?
Probably. This is just the first thing I thought of. I was in a junkyard walking around, and I just started like making stuff out of random junk there, and like.
Well, I think it would have to be probably some like danger happened, or right, some sort of like kind of risky or tense situation kind of like triggered you to transform.
I was in junkyard, and a guard dog came out, started going at me. A magical girl transformation, and was able to like quickly invent like make something and get the dog rid of.
Well, so I think it maybe would have to be a little bit more intense than just like being chased by a dog, or otherwise you would have done this at like, I don't know, 6, right? Like,
I thought okay, so
because that's what I'm thinking we're going for here is like, your first like kind of really risky, dangerous situation you got involved in. Suddenly, like, you figured out who you were, and you could do junkyard thing, but maybe it's like got caught in a trash compactor and you're about to like get crushed, right? That's like the classic thing, and then you as Hephaestus could like figure out how to like shut it down, right?
Yeah, that works.
Yeah. So same sort of thing, but just higher stakes. So write down one aspect for that experience. So what did you learn or figure out or become through that event?
I was actually aiming for a different aspect, but I think what you said gives me a better idea. I can figure out pretty much how anything works.
Nice.
How pretty much anything works.
Yep. That works fine. I can figure out how anything works. Sweet. So let's go around and do first adventures for everybody. So Sailor Gaia, what was your first adventure? How did you discover who you were? What was like crazy situation that happened?
Yeah, so here's the thing. There was this really, really, really old tree.
Obviously.
In the center of some prime real estate that people would like to develop into a strip mall.
Yep.
And I was like, this is not okay. This tree has been here forever. So I chained myself to the tree.
Obviously.
And I like staged a protest, and then they like didn't care. So everybody else at the protest was like, okay, like they're gonna tear this down, you should leave. And I was like, no, I'm not going to. And so then they brought the bulldozer, and they were trying to bulldoze me and the tree. They were just going to do it, and they thought I'd back down, but I wasn't going to.
Nice.
So as the bulldozer is coming towards me and the tree, I magical girl transformed and stopped the bulldozer.
Sweet. Sounds great. So, I mean, it sounds to me like at least people know about Sailor Gaia in like the town, apparently. Like,
Look, do they know what happened?
That's fair. Yeah, it could be more ambiguous. You have nature powers.
They just saw a blinding light, and then all of a sudden the bulldozer wasn't working anymore.
Yeah, there you go. Perfect.
They don't know what happened.
So,
but for my aspect, I was thinking like willing to die for my beliefs.
There you go. Sweet. All right. What about you, Sailor Artemis?
You guys are so creative. I'm just like, I don't know. And I'm the one who I feel like should know these things. Let's see. I mean, probably what happened was, I mean, I'm basically just thinking something along the lines of like, oh, hold on, is my computer about to, no. Why does it say my computer's about to die? Okay, now we're good. Sorry. I don't know. Your guys were so creative. I'm just like, I don't know. Oh, how about what if because I'm really good at archery.
Mm-hmm.
So what if it was something to do with like, ooh, maybe I was out at like camp one day, and
thinking.
the evil villain like terrorized the camp, and then I became
Nice.
Sailor Artemis.
Yeah, you were like. So was this you were a camper or a camp counselor? Like how
a camper.
A camper.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. I'm only 16.
Okay,
I'm not a
that's a
counselor.
figure. That's a figure. I mean, it depends on what kind of camp you're going to.
I guess that's true. If
Yeah.
it's like little kid
Yeah.
camp, that actually could work.
Right. That's that kind of I was figuring.
Actually,
right?
I kind of like that one.
Because then you're more in a protective role anyway, and then it just kind of
Right.
you naturally
Mhm.
needed to like step up and do that.
Yeah. Okay, I like that. I will always step up to the challenge.
Nice. All right, Sailor Garrus.
I fell asleep. I was getting kind of sleepy, so I went to take a nap, and I fell asleep. And they thought I died because of how long I'd been asleep, so they buried me alive. And I woke up hundreds of years later. I realized that I had been buried alive, and I got tired of being in that coffin real soon. Got really bored of it, you might say. So I started to claw my way out, and then I realized, oh, that's when I had my transformation thing, and
He's like, there's no way I
able to-
could have survived this if I wasn't a goddess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So either I am a goddess or I am just really, really good at being alive.
Or
You're
Or
a goddess or a complete abomination.
Yeah.
or just Rip Van Winkle in disguise.
So what aspect do you think you got from that? I can never die. I am a man who can never be killed.
Good naps.
I love naps is the aspect.
Yeah, I love naps.
Sounds
We'll go
good.
with that.
Sounds good. All right. So the next thing would be, for you, Sailor Hephaestus. Then describe how you've crossed paths with one of the other characters, and then same thing. You get an aspect from that.
Something I feel like the easy road, no pun intended, is about Sailor Gaia not liking electronics.
Yep.
Like gas powered cars or chicken nuggets. Whereas I probably have a chicken nugget powered car.
Oof, that's
Wow.
awful.
Actually, no,
It's
the chicken nuggets are for me. No, the car is called the Nugget, right? What car's
It's literally the shape of a giant chicken nugget on wheels.
no, not that.
It's like the Wienermobile, but it's a chicken nugget.
Well, you obviously work at a fast food place because that's how you get your endless supply of chicken nuggets.
So I'm trying to think of how that would.
Oh, well,
that would-
what if you work at this fast food place and Emily's character came to protest it, and then something happened there?
And I drove her away with my car. I chased her off with my car, or something like that. I don't know. I don't want to do it with both.
Well, we obviously all go to the same school.
Oh yeah, obviously.
too. So
And
Yeah,
Except Grandma.
obviously.
Well,
all of us go to the same
Jordan's character
school.
is probably like you work at the school, right?
Mhm.
You're the school counselor or something.
Somebody's. Are you kidding me? I'm the gym teacher.
Of course.
Oh, wait, Emily, real quick. So, do you like vehemently oppose cars to the point where you'll never be in them at all?
Yeah, like I don't use motorized vehicles at all.
Okay. So you're not scared of them then. You just don't like them.
No.
Okay. We'll go with Caleb's idea of protesting at the fast food restaurant I work at.
Meat is murder. Meat is murder.
Nuggets are delicious. Nuggets are delicious.
Did you counter protest then?
Yes.
All right. Well, what aspect did you get from that then?
No idea.
Clearly, nuggets are delicious.
I mean, it could be something about being contrarian.
Nah, no, just kidding.
very, very good. Very good.
Fry cook extraordinaire.
That's true. Yeah, you could
I like it.
fry cook extraordinaire. All right, there you go.
SpongeBob would be proud.
Yeah. Sailor
I don't know how
Gaia.
that will ever be relevant, but
It's my job to figure that out, Seth. Don't worry about it.
I know. But I'm going with it anyway.
What about you, Sailor Gaia? Who did you cross paths
Hmm.
with?
I want to cross paths with old grandma
Okay.
just because I like her. Since we've established she's the
If
gym
you-
teacher.
If you weren't gonna do me, I was actually gonna do one for you, and I was gonna say my house was on the same lot that the tree was.
Yep.
Oh, I was gonna say that can also be true, but I was gonna say since we've established she's the gym teacher, and I don't use motorized vehicles, I bike everywhere, and so me and Sailor Gears have become cycling buddies.
Yes.
And I feel like we cycle together. And I feel like I probably bring her fresh produce to make sure she's okay because I'm kind of worried. Like she's in good shape, but I'm kind of worried about her as just this really old woman who lives alone and is so independent. So I try and like supply her with good food to stay okay.
Nice. What do you think aspect you got from that?
Great question. I had a great story, but I didn't have an aspect attached
maybe
to it.
Something about being kind to older people.
That's what I was gonna say. Like, we'll walk old ladies across the street.
Yes.
I was thinking like massive quads, super good at biking.
We'll
fair.
walk old
Never skip leg day.
ladies.
That's a pretty good aspect. But yeah,
We'll walk old ladies.
Yeah, that's a good one too.
Across the street.
Sweet.
With my massive quad.
Yeah. Sweet.
There we go.
What about you, Sailor Artemis? How did you cross paths with one of these jokers?
I mean, I think the one that makes the most sense for me would actually be Sailor Gaia as well. Because like we're both like we both have appreciation for natures. Yes, I do hunt, but like I still like have a high appreciation for nature.
But like in a respectful way.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I also am the goddess of the moon as well. So I love astronomy. So like maybe we've done like a hike together, and like we've looked up at the stars. And
I mean, maybe you went on like the same like nature hike field trip.
Yeah.
And like bonded over that.
Like Japanese nature hike trips that they take, every semester.
Yeah,
or
where the hike is only the hike is 0.3 miles.
I just assumed.
I guess I didn't assume that, but yeah, we could be in Japan.
That's where all they. That's where they all are.
You're fair. You're right.
Clearly. Clearly we took a
there's no
0.2
magic in
mile,
America.
hike, and so I'm gonna put a nature appreciation for nature, or something like that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Makes sense. I have to find a new animal to be your talking animal because if we're in Japan, mine doesn't work.
Why? What was the animal?
Oh, perfect. Nice. It's an invasive species in Japan now. Awesome. That works.
Oh gosh.
Awesome. Mine still works. Awesome. And then Jordan, what about you?
I'm thinking that I took I took Sailor Artemis on as my personal protege because I saw her archery skills one day. Because I'm like, all right, Clash, we're gonna do some archery.
Nice,
and then I saw, oh, this one's athletic.
Oh, okay.
So like, special favor towards both Gaia and Artemis, but especially Artemis.
So we've got three.
So your aspect is plays favorites.
It could be. Yeah. I play favorites.
No, the aspect is clearly mentor.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
It should be a little bit more than that. I'm trying to think of an extra piece we can add to that.
Unconventional mentor.
Unconventional mentor. Yeah, that's a good one.
So we've got 3 athletic people and 1 girl that works at a fast food restaurant constantly eating chicken nuggets.
Yep. Exactly. I mean, let's be real. Hephaestus, that is
I did not
in
say
line
I
with
was
Hephaestus in the mythology.
Mhm. They're quail, but I'm just gonna say chicken nuggets because it's easy.
Yeah, it is easier.
Quail nuggets.
Sweet. Let's go back around. So then, Sailor Hephaestus, someone else besides Gaia that you cross paths with. One of the other two.
Ooh, I have an idea. But that kind of already works in the fry cook extraordinaire. I was gonna say that Sailor Artemis like caught me a chicken once, and I cooked it, but that's just fry cook extraordinaire.
Yeah, sure.
What would Jordan's character? What would
An argument about what's better, prunes or chicken nuggets?
I think we could work with that.
Or I just like bored you to death with a bunch of back in my day we didn't have this old spaceman technology.
That could work too. Like you get bored easily. Wouldn't you be the one getting bored? You fell asleep at your own lecture.
Well, I like naps, so.
Yep, sure.
Trying to think of something. So what else was Alyssa? What else was yours? It's archery, but what else was it?
I'm just like really protective. I'm goddess of the moon, and like I love love.
And Jordan's was just old age. Oh, I have an idea. I built some. No, okay, I don't know if this would work. I modified Jordan. Sailor Gira's bike. Like I added like something to it. I don't know what, or I fixed her bike.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, yeah. It sounds like that was probably like the introduction to you becoming like the gadget fixer person for the group, right? It was like that sort of situation. I'd like to think that, I don't know if any of you have seen Buffy the Vampire Slayer, but Sailor Garrus is definitely the Giles. What is that character's name? It's been so long since I've watched that. The old
Giles, I think.
I think it's Giles.
right?
Yeah, that just sounded weird coming out of my mouth, so I wasn't sure. The old British guy who like gets the teenagers together. But that's what you are. You're the old woman who gets the teenagers together. Sweet. Awesome. Sounds good. So what's the aspect from that? Something about gadgets, and I can find a use for any piece of junk.
Yeah, let's.
There you go. You just had that in the.
I already have it.
Yeah, in your notes there.
Like it was like a really just broken, worn down bike, nearly as old as her, and I fixed it up so it's actually working.
Nice. Cool.
Oops, didn't add it.
Sailor Gaia. Who else did you have a crossing paths with?
I want to say Sailor Hephaestus, and didn't know she was the same person who was working at the place I protested and like threw stuff at me,
Threw chicken nuggets at you.
But once I found out she's good at tinkering and making things, I think I asked her if she could help me with a project of putting the area on solar energy.
Right.
To help with our renewable,
Or maybe lunar energy.
Look, any energy that's natural. So we could collaborate with that, and I would think the aspect is like embraces technology when it is okay. Wait,
something like that. Yeah, I know what you're going for.
Able to embrace technology when it is eco-friendly. Embraces eco-friendly technology.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Cool. Artemis.
So I think Sailor Garrus, because she's my mentor,
Mhm.
obviously, I go to her with all of my love issues.
Obviously. Yep.
Obviously, right? All my gripes about like, why don't boys like me?
Sounds good. Sounds good. Aspect there. What do you think?
Yeah, that's a good question.
What is the word that means like you wear your heart on your chest?
A heart on your
Like,
sleeve.
Wear your heart,
heart on
heart
your
on your
sleeve.
sleeve.
Yeah, but like that's like you're open. What's the word I'm looking for? Transparent? Not transparent, but maybe transparent.
I mean, transparent
Transparent
works.
with my feelings.
Yeah. I feel like there's a better.
Not afraid to say how I feel.
There you go. There you go. Sweet. All right, and then finally, Sailor Garrus.
I think I want to go with the story about like, okay, so my house was in a spot and it was pretty old, and I fell asleep and I woke up and I went to go back to my house, and it happened to be on the day of this protest. And protest and
Demolition.
bulldozing,
Yeah.
demolition, and I had to figure something else out with the house. But I happened to run into a young lass that I happened to witness some sort of odd, strange transformation that made me realize, there might be something to this young lass, to this Gaia.
Mm-hmm. So that was like the kind of genesis of the whole group, was that moment.
I think it was probably like when my character at least realized, oh, there are others.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, clearly, Sailor, she's the leader of the group.
Yes. Yeah.
And she like discovered all of us.
Mhm.
Like, clearly, you were a chaperone on that camping trip when I transformed as well, right? And then just like,
Yeah. So what do you think?
I don't know about leader. I think like
you're the mentor. I think.
Yeah, I'm the mentor.
I think Sailor Artemis is the
like,
leader, but
I think in regards of like Naruto, it's like Kakashi.
Yeah.
To the group.
Yeah.
But Naruto is like
Avatar. It'd be Uncle Iroh.
Yes.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Better.
Right,
better. Yeah.
He's Giles. Yeah. And Artemis is Buffy. And Emily is obviously Willow, and that means Seth is Xander.
Willow.
There you go.
I don't know what that means, but okay.
Man, I need to watch that show again. It's been so long.
Yeah, I only made it through like 2 seasons.
I didn't make it through the whole show. It got pretty trashy by the end. Yeah. Cool. Sweet. What's your aspect from that, you think, Jordan? Something about like being observant and like noticing these people. Yeah.
Supernatural sense for the supernatural.
Always on the lookout for hidden talent. Or it could be always on the lookout for the supernatural or something. Yeah.
Well, yeah, basically when it's like, there's a villain in town, I want to be the one that's like, I'm skeptical about that new history teacher.
How about your aspect is I keep my third eye open? Right?
Yes.
Like the whole like third eye see into the spirit realm sort of thing. Yeah.
I think it's on the back of my bunion.
Nice. Well, sweet. So I think the first thing we see, obviously, is the just like a not an aerial shot, but like a wide shot of the school you guys go to, and then we hear the familiar, for anyone who's watched anime, do 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 do, right as the clock goes off, and we the students start milling out of the classroom. Classic couple of anime shots as we see this, and I think we see probably Sailor Artemis step out of class. I don't think the other two were in this class with you. I don't know. I guess they have to be, right? Because you're all probably the same age and do the same. Yeah, have that same, year 1 or year 2, however old you are. do the same class together. So, but we think we see Artemis stepping out of the class first. What does she look like? How is she carrying her books? Give us like a picture of that. Is she talking to anyone?
Yeah, Sailor Artemis has very long white hair, like abnormally long, and like it was down to like her ankles,
Of course,
kind of a thing, but it's very flowy, and somehow it doesn't give her headaches. Um, and she's wearing her schoolgirl uniform. She's carrying her books, kind of like in the front, just like, typical,
Yep,
I don't know,
we're in the Japanese
schoolgirl
dress outfit. Yeah.
But she's very, kind of composed, like she's one of those people where like when you first see her, you're like, wow, she looks so sophisticated. And then she opens up her mouth and you're like, oh.
Sure.
So, like in class and whatnot, she's fine. But then, when she's around her friends, she's kind of a bit of a dork. So, and she's also just, I have a 3 in forcefulness. So I think she's just very abrasive as well. We're just like, not afraid to say how I feel. Let's go for it. So right now she's carrying herself very well, but then maybe she like bumps into somebody and she's just like, I don't know, something.
Yeah. Let's say it's this, right? So you step out and you're just holding your books there. And maybe let's even say like Sailor Gaia is next to you, walking with you. I feel like you guys would walk out of class together, maybe. So real quick, I guess I'll go with what you just said there. But Sailor Gaia, do you want to give us a quick like kind of description of what you look like and what you're doing?
Sure. I'm very like toned since I do a lot of cycling.
Yeah.
You'll see my hair being lots of different colors at different times because I consistently dye it with different natural dyes. But right now it's a darker color after I have dyed it with some henna. And it's like braided up around my head with like some flowers interwoven in it. And I am definitely like not wearing the approved school uniform because I don't like the fabrics that it's made out of. They're not natural fabrics. So I have sewn on 100% cotton clothing for school.
But is it like close enough that like you can get away with it?
I mean, like it's not really that close, but it's like not like it's crazy. It's like very like boring looking clothing. Instead of like a shorter skirt, it's like a longer skirt, and then it's just like not quite the right colors because I couldn't find the right stuff to dye it with. But it's the kind of thing where it's just like, oh, there's that random one person who's not wearing the right stuff and nobody mentions it.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, so we see you guys step out, and then maybe you're talking about one thing or another, something that was happened in class, and obviously Sailor Artemis is not paying attention to where she's going, and she obviously bumps right into the most handsome and popular boy in school as he steps out. You guys probably like you step out, right, and then you think of something, Artemis. You're like, oh, maybe this is what it is. You're like, I forgot my your bag or something, right? You have some of the books that you had like in class and were using, but you like forgot your bag like draped against the like chair, and you like turn to go grab it and you bump right into the most popular boy. Let's see. I need to figure out.
Find a picture.
Just Japanese name generator, I guess.
Yeah. I must say, yeah, we should probably come up with regular names too.
Probably, yeah.
Good point. I'll stick with Luca for mine.
I'll be what is that name?
That is
it is Japanese name.
It's a Japanese name?
I know it is, but I don't know how to pronounce that.
You pronounce it as Japanese name.
Shishido Mitsuhara.
Yeah, Shishido Mitsuhara. Yeah. You probably call him Mitsuhara. Last name.
Okay, here we go. My name is Hana.
Okay.
Okay. Mine is oh, Akira.
Okay.
I love that you're like, of course.
Of course. That's actually what I wanted to name my daughter for like a hot minute, like years ago.
Yeah. Cool. Sounds good. So yeah, Shishido Mitsuhara. He is a dreamboat, right? Classic anime boy who is handsome and popular. The kind of flowing hair, sparkling eyes. It's dark hair. But he is just generally chiseled and gorgeous. And you bump into him. He drops all of his stuff on the ground, right? And so do you.
I drop my books.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think clearly what happens, right, is I start to yell like, "Watch where you're." Oh, Mitsuhara. I'm so sorry I bumped into you there. And then like I'm trying to like gather my books real quick.
Yeah, he says, "Oh, don't worry about it. I'm a klutz too sometimes." And he like reaches down and he's like, "Here, I think this one's yours."
And as they're gathering books,
and it's like, I think it's like it's folded open and like on the ground, right? And it's the same book as he has, right? He has one of these same books, but he hands it to you. And he's like, "I think this is yours. I can tell because of the beautiful handwriting."
Okay. Well, clearly she just like it's like the classic anime where like the red slowly goes
that's
up
exactly
the
what I was
face.
thinking. Yeah.
And she just goes, "You have this book too?"
Well, yes, it's the book for class.
Oh, right. Well, thanks, Mitsuhara.
Not a problem. I guess I'll see you around. And he like starts to leave. And then I'm gonna go ahead and compel you. I'm gonna go ahead and offer you a fate point. So everybody starts at 3. But I'll go ahead and offer you another one. I'm gonna compel you with not afraid to say how I feel. I think you're just gonna blurt out confession right now in the middle of the hallway. Right? I think this has been happening for a while, right? And obviously, like, this is like probably one episode of a long-running TV show. And so we've seen before this, right? Like, you not say what you feel. But I think finally you just get up the nerve and you're just like, if I can't say what I feel, then this will never happen, And so you're like, I have to say it right now. So he's like starting to walk away and, you're like, Mitsuhara. You do the thing where you're like looking down, maybe like, I have something to say.
And then like, it's the thing. And then like the wind blows in from the window and my hair's all flowy and he like looks back and it pauses for a second.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. I mean, clearly I'll take the fate point.
Sounds good.
I'm not afraid. This is just a one shot.
If this was not, you would be afraid.
I would be very afraid. Okay. Ooh, okay. All right, I know what I'm going to do. I say, Mitsuhara, and then like I am going to grab his hand. I'm trying to, I'm forceful here, clearly. I like go for his hand and I'm like,
yeah, he does the classic anime boy, like, right.
And then like try to like, and then like, just pull him back a little bit, not like,
yeah. But just so he's like standing in front of you sort of thing. Yeah. Yeah, you muted. Negatory. Alyssa's headphones have ceased working.
Suspense is killing me. What is she about to say to this boy?
These messages.
I have to know.
Bottom, boom. Caleb, we need to make a bunch of like.
Nope.
Nothing.
Now?
No, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Okay, sorry, my headset died. That's what I had.
That's what I figured. Yeah.
I was like, why
Not the
does it say my
computer.
battery is low? So I hold on to his hand, and I don't like drag him back, just like a slight tug.
So he steps forward a little bit, and then I was standing right in front of you.
Yeah, and I'm just like, Mizuhara, I have been meaning to say this for a long time, and I haven't gotten the guts to. And I like look at him like directly, like not like super intense, not like crazy, crazy eyes, but just like with
intense passion.
Intense passion. Yes, with passion.
Real quick, Sailor Gaia, what are you doing during this time?
I'm just like watching all this, like she's doing it.
And then I just say, I think you're really great. And I really like you and would like to go out for milkshakes sometime.
All right, go ahead and roll a stat here. Let's see.
I'm trying to go for forceful.
It didn't seem terribly forceful to me.
Oh. Should I just have kissed him? That's what I was thinking about doing.
That was, what you just did there, that seemed careful to me.
No! How is that careful?
Because you were just very deliberate and then just like...
Darn it, I was trying to go for forceful.
Forceful would have been like, kiss him or, yeah.
Go out with me.
Could I go for quick? Because I was just like straight to the point.
Okay, sure.
Okay, thanks.
I can see an argument for that.
Oh, no. Well, that didn't go well.
Oh, I should have said the difficulty. 2. Obviously 2 isn't enough.
No, I would have thought a 3 would have been really enough.
I think it's gonna be a 4. But you do have 4 fate points, so you can spend something if you like.
Am I gonna use fate on this?
Look, it's the guy you've been crushing on for so long. You're not going to use any of your fate points on him?
Clearly it was fate that you two were meant to be together.
Clearly.
I mean, clearly this... I'm actually, I won't say that.
Okay, well, clearly, I mean, yeah, I'll use a fate. So wait, a fate point gets me 2 points or 1 point? I can't
+2,
remember.
yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so clearly I'll use a fate point, and I'll use it on not afraid to say how I feel.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Sounds good. The same thing that made you do this is also what helps you do this.
Yay.
So you spend that fate point back on it. And so a tying is a let's see. I think it's 60 at a minor cost, but I'm just gonna double check if that's the same in Fate Accelerated. Yeah, you attain your goal, but at some minor cost. Let's see here. Yeah, okay, so I think this is what's going to happen. So, Artemis, that Sailor Garrus has planned a very important training session for you all this evening. And so, obviously, what he says is, I think I would like to get some milkshakes with you, but I'm studying for the college entrance exam that's coming up, and my schedule's incredibly tight. I think the only time I could do it is, well, would tonight work?
And clearly she's just like, yeah, definitely.
Fantastic. Well, I guess I'll see you there.
Yeah, I'll see you there.
Cool.
Around 7.
7 sounds wonderful.
Okay.
Yeah, and he glides away with all the grace of a god.
And then I just do the hand interlock thing with Sailor Gaia, and I'm just like,
I've just been standing the whole time, and then I'm just like, you did it! Oh my gosh! And then I'm just kind of like, tonight at 7.
Why? What's? Oh, crap!
Yeah, and I think that's probably when Sailor Hephaestus walks out of class, like you were talking to the teacher about something or whatever.
Oh, I don't walk out of class. I zoom out of class.
Okay.
I'm on Heelys.
Clearly.
She zooms out of class because she got COVID.
That was bad. So you probably what's happened. You hear coming behind you like, get out of your way, suckers! He's just weaving and bobbing through people in this classroom. And then like I stop in front of the two and like what do they look like when I arrive? Do they look like happy or distraught at this point?
I mean, I'm like still smiling, but I'm like, well, see, I mean,
I'm like wide-eyed and concerned, like, what are you doing?
Sailor Garrus will understand, right? I mean, I've been telling her about Mitsuhara forever, like, and how much I've wanted this. I mean, she'll understand, right?
And maybe this is the point where I walk clock and I'm like, what happened this time?
Mitsuhara agreed to go on a date with me.
You finally got the guts to do it. Congratulations, girlie.
Yeah, but it's tonight at 7.
You screwed
And
up,
clearly
girl.
training's at like 7:30 or something like that, right?
Yeah.
Right. So it's like, okay, I'm like, maybe I could still make the date
Yeah.
and still make training
Yep.
somehow.
Uh-huh.
That didn't work so well last time you tried to do it. You were a half hour late and you got strung up by your toes.
I'd like to think that
Run out of
we're
spit.
definitely watching the dub of this, and there are many people who are very annoyed with Sailor Hephaestus's dub actor
His
choice.
voice.
That just seems like the sort of thing this is. Obviously, the Japanese voice is really different.
No, it's exactly the same, and in English.
No, in the Japanese version,
The
it's like this
Japanese
really
voice is like,
sophisticated, like
Yeah, exactly.
something.
Yep. Uh-huh.
Japanese voice is actually a deep man's voice.
Hello.
Konnichiwa.
Konnichiwa.
Yeah.
What happened last
Hajimashite. Nice.
Okay. Yeah, so I mean, clearly I'm just like, I mean, I'm gonna go on the date and I will try to make it quick and make it to practice.
Okay, well, I'll bring you popcorn for when you show up.
I mean, and then I do like the classic like anime finger thing, like she can't be too mad at me, right? I mean,
And
she
then we
loves me.
immediately cut. No, as soon as you say that, we immediately cut to Sailor Garrus, and I think one of the other sailors is going to be in this scene with you. Probably not Artemis. Maybe Artemis. I don't know. Up to you, Jordan. And then you're yelling at them about something.
I'm yelling at the student or I'm yelling at the class?
Well, I think class is like over, and you like one of the sailors has come to you for something, or you've wanted to bring them there for something. It's not quite time for practice. But as soon as we cut, as soon as we hear that, like, she won't be too mad at me, right? We cut away to like you yelling at one of them for something. Who is it?
Judge my last prune cookie!
Yeah, exactly. Who are you yelling at? Festus, probably?
You're such a stupid prune. I tell you, it's never sold away.
Yeah, I feel like she's a little too obsessed with the chicken and the meats, specifically chicken meat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so like, where are we, Sailor Garrus? I mean, I can make it up you want, but is Sailor Festus helping you build something?
So I'm probably like getting prep work done for the next day. And like I'm in my office and I had like a plate of prune cookies. And then I noticed that one is just gone.
Yeah.
And I just like automatically assume it is the nearest person.
Yeah, so obviously, Sarah Hephaestus, you're not buying that. You're like, no, I didn't do it, of course.
So I think clearly we have a secret layer underneath the
obviously.
gym.
Yes, definitely.
Obviously, right?
Well, you
That's
go
where
into
it
the supply closet, and then there's like something you press or move, and then like a secret door opens. Yeah.
You yank a hula hoop and there's a string attached to it and a secret hatch opens.
There you go. Yeah.
We haven't done hula hoop in this school in years. Why did you come in here for a hula hoop?
Yeah. So Hephaestus, you've climbed down into the secret layer. And yes, Garrus, what are you working on right now?
I am working on dodgeballs that track people.
So you throw a dodgeball and it hits someone and then it tracks
a tracking device gets implanted on them. Nice. Sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, so obviously you're like making sure that it does what you want it to do, but then obviously you need like Hephaestus's help to like do the technical details.
Yeah.
See? Yeah. So
I want those kids to feel the pain twice so they know to dodge.
yeah, like implant some sort of like like stabs them and then implants in their skin. Yeah.
This is for the kids.
Cool. Yeah, so Hephaestus, I mean, do you want to make that roll for me? Like, obviously, Garrus is like yelling at you about prune cookies, and you're like, nah, I didn't do it. And then you're like fiddling with like the technical details of like this tracking device that she wants to put on these dodgeballs. Do you want to make a roll for that?
Be clever?
Yeah, I think so. Whoa. Yeah, you got a 5. I think that's fine. I think it was going to be a 4, so you succeed. Yeah, so basically, Jordan, you want this to be, it like attaches to them, and you can track wherever they go from like whatever old computer you have in this layer.
No. This is specifically for gym tomorrow for me to throw at the kids, and then it hits them once and then flies away, and then it comes back and zooms right back at them and hits them a second time.
Oh, so it's like a homing device, not a tracking device.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a homing dodgeballs. That's what I'm making here.
Okay. Sounds good. So Hephaestus, you've done this successfully. You finished the last details.
I don't know how, but it just works.
It works, yeah. Mm-hmm. What do you say to Sailor Garrus?
Here, I fixed your tracking circuit. Now I should really hit him in the head. You got once and then twice, and if you're lucky,
Yeah, Garrus, you probably go to like be like, oh, perfect, like that's what we need, and then you notice another one of your cookies is gone.
Somebody's gonna die tonight.
And then you hear a crash in like a pile of I don't know, like what kind of pile of junk would you have in the corner here?
I mean, it's probably like pole vaulting things and just other random gym equipment that also like doubles up as like legitimate like staves and batons and
Right,
things
of
that they
course.
can use to train these kids and help them to fight.
Yeah, what happens is a rack.
But I like that the first equipment that comes to mind is pole vaulting.
Yeah, of course, we do a lot of that.
Tons of it.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I think what happens though is like a rack full of like these like staffs, right? Just like crashes and like starts rolling everywhere, and then you see behind it, right? You see a really fat raccoon, who just has like two cookies like in his little paws, and then just like looks up at you and kind of like rolls onto his butt and looks up at you and then just says, "What? They're delicious."
Oh, it's Mika.
see, I told you it wasn't me. I don't eat those nasty things. Eat garbage. That should tell you how you taste.
Have you?
You can eat garbage all you want, but as long as it's not, it's my garbage.
It is a he, right?
Yeah, and I think let's see, what is this raccoon's name? Kuba. His name's Kuba.
Not to be confused with Cube.
Yeah. So he just shoves the two cookies in his mouth and just says, Well, I assume you don't want them now.
If she ate them before, they probably don't taste any different.
I walk over to him and kind of give him a cocktail and say,
You do realize why she eats those, right?
No. Why?
Because I paid for them.
not where I was
And
going.
you're about to pay for them now.
And they say it also keeps her regular, if you know what I mean.
And she just starts laughing maniacally.
Right.
'Cause that's what
Kuba's
you
eyes
meant by
widens. Yeah.
Yeah, don't you have some special pills in them? You're gonna want to find your bathroom real quick.
He sniffs again. He's like, well, good thing the world is my bathroom. And he looks around at like the lair, right? And he's just like, it's about to stink in here. Sorry about that.
The world can also be your grave.
Well,
And I
I'll
just,
just get out of your hair then. And he starts to waddle away.
Oh, good little
Why are you
giant
taking
rat.
them around again?
Yeah, and he like climbs up this little ladder and like pushes the little trapdoor open and scurries out, trying to get his back half out. Pops out.
Because how many talking rats do you know?
The trapdoor opens again. I'm a raccoon. Get it right.
That's what I said. Rat, you coon.
Yeah, and he waddles away. And then I think we see Gaia walking home from class or from school. And suddenly, like in the bush, we just see Kuba just pop his head out. He says, "Hey, Gaia."
Do I know him?
Oh yeah, everybody knows this guy.
Oh. Okay. I was like, wait, what? Oh, hi, Kuba.
And he like pops out of the bush and just starts like waddling next to you as you walk down the sidewalk or whatever, or the street. And he just looks up and he says, "I got kicked out of the lair again." Waddle.
Were you messing with Garrus's food again?
Well, if she wouldn't buy such good food, then I wouldn't be tempted to eat it.
Kuba, you should have learned by now. And I like offer him a piece of raw broccoli. My favorite snack.
Yeah. And he just kind of wrinkles his nose and then he says, "Now listen, Gaia, I am very grateful for you awakening me, but I hate the food you eat."
Wow. I don't know what to tell you then. I'm here to offer you free food without any argument.
Well, you may not be arguing, but I am arguing indeed. Oh, there's a trash can over there. Here, give me a second. And he just tips it over.
I like pop broccoli into my mouth and just keep walking without even glancing over.
Yeah, and we see him like open up like a used fast food container or whatever, and just start like probably chicken nuggets are inside. He just
Ugh.
Oh, there's even some barbecue sauce left over here. Gaia, you want some?
No.
And he scurries after you like devours it in like 30 seconds. He says, "So, what are you up to tonight? Got any fun plans before practice?"
Yes, I'm really excited. I'm starting to plant some more, a new area of my garden tonight.
Sure, okay. What about Artemis? I could go bother her. Maybe she's doing something more interesting.
No, she's doing nothing interesting.
He frowns.
I'm sure of it.
Go ahead.
She's probably just like studying.
Right.
She is definitely studying. We have a big test tomorrow, and she has really been struggling in the subject, so she is meeting up with someone to be tutored.
You want to go ahead and roll sneaky for me?
No!
Difficulty 3, I think.
No! Can it be something not sneaky, like clever that I came up with a good lie?
Sure.
I'm like anything but sneaky.
I'll allow it.
Say, do we all have like a 0 for sneaky? Oh no.
You can still spend a fate point if you'd like to. You just have to argue for an aspect that would help you in this situation.
Nope. Her date's just gonna get ruined.
Sounds good.
Oh no.
Yeah. So he frowns when you say that, right? He's like,
and I just say she's getting tutored there, and I just like keep on saying just more and more things. I'm like, yeah, there's a guy in class who is really good at the subject that we're definitely having a test in tomorrow. And so they wanted to study somewhere. And since they're going to be studying for a long time, it had to be somewhere where we could get food and drinks and maybe milkshakes. So I think they're probably meeting up at that place with the good milkshakes. And I don't know, but she'll probably be done before training tonight. I don't know, but her studies are very important, so maybe she'd be late, and this is a big test. I just like keep on rambling.
And he's just nodding along. He's like, sweet. Okay, so she's going on a date with this guy and is going to miss practice.
No.
Juicy.
No.
That's almost as juicy as that barbecue that I just had. And he just starts to like he just turns a corner and just says, I'll see you around, Gaia.
No, Kuba, no, she's getting tutored.
Tutored in the art of love.
Definitely got to be studying something.
Yeah. So clearly I need a plan of action.
Yep.
So clearly I call what's your Luca. I'm gonna call Luca and be like, Luca, listen.
we see like the dark anime face is just like the shadow over her eyes and just like, listen.
Why is it this time?
Listen, I need to talk to you, but not. I need you to not Sailor Garrus cannot hear this, okay?
And Sailor Garrus is like right there, like.
That's gonna be
And she's just
difficult.
like slowly walks away with the phone.
Right
And
by me. Was it right by me or right by her character? Which one is it by? Caleb? Because I'm.
Say it again.
Which one is she by? Garrus.
No,
Which
no.
one is Garrus by?
you.
Okay. So yeah, I say okay. That's gonna be difficult. You say you not be around. Okay.
Okay, and I'm just like, listen, I need you to get Sailor Garrus to take a long nap tonight.
There you go.
That's the plan. Like, I need you, okay? Like, I promise I will be there later tonight, just a little later than usual. So I need you to do this for me, okay?
I will try.
You will do it.
Because like, you're more forceful than I am, so I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I'll try. She scares me a little bit, so
Thank you, friend.
Like as you say, she scares me a little bit. We just see Garrus like holding one of the dodgeballs in her hand, just like, yes, this will hit them right in the face. Right.
you owe me 6 piece, okay?
Fine, I'll get you one at the Shake Shack, and I'll bring it on when I'm coming. All right?
Not Shake Shack. They have a bad fryer. Go to Stucky's.
That's all the way across town. I'll get it later for you then. I'll get it for you later then.
Hey, fine.
Okay, Jordan just missed everything that just happened. But maybe that's for the best.
So Jordan, I basically
based on
just
what I mean, you're trying to get my character to take a nap.
Oh, so you
Yeah.
did hear that? Okay,
I heard that part.
trying to get you to take a nap so that way I'm not late for practice.
Hey,
Hey, Karis. So, I thought about.
Oh wait, I need more spit in my mouth.
So I think I thought of a way to improve the taste of your prune cookies.
Watch your mouth, lassie.
Hey, I have an idea. You know I'm a really good cook, and so I wanted you to try something. You think you could?
Are there prunes in it?
Oh, there you are, prune cookies. So of course it got prunes in them.
Give them to me.
Okay, so this is probably like after I've already done it. So essentially, I made prune. Oh, and since I'm a fry cook extraordinaire, I made fried prune cookies, so they do look different. But I put like not a sleeping pill because that'd be bad. But I put like melatonin in the cookies so they'd make her sleepy.
I was thinking you could just like serve her a tea or something, but all right, sure.
I mean, I figured
Drug
somebody
her.
was gonna
That
play
sounds
off-
good.
I figured somebody was going to play off of my bad aspect. Bored quickly,
Right.
bore me to a nap.
I mean, that could work too, but I just figured since I have fry cook extraordinaire, I might as well use it.
That's fair. So we can we use our aspects as much as we want?
So you spend a fate point on it, and you can either get a +2 or a reroll on something, or technically you can also spend a fate point on something to like try to make a detailed true about the world. You can do that, but based on the aspect.
So what this would be like opposing.
You also
like,
can compel someone with your own fate point. You Seth could say, I'm going to compel Sailor Garrus because she has this aspect to do something.
I was just
Also,
gonna try.
are the snacks aspects? Are we just like all? Because I know one of the things is that we all have a favorite snack.
That was just a thing. There.
I don't think they're gonna be aspects.
Flavor. So that was just. I think that, yeah. So I made some prune cookies with melatonin in them to make her sleep.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, just go ahead and make a roll for that. Sounds like you'd be doing clever, right? You're trying to like figure out how to do that. Being a good cook. 2. Should have given you a difficulty.
Well, would I just roll an opposing?
Yeah, let's do that.
Clever.
Let's have you do clever. Yeah, that makes sense. An opposing clever or careful, whatever is better for you is fine. To notice.
I mean, probably careful.
Probably careful. Yeah, that makes the most sense.
Ooh, I beat.
Yeah, you guys can spend fate points at this point, but
I mean, she likes
how
that.
important is it? How important is it?
it really depends on Jordan.
How important are these cookies? I mean, they're okay. You know what? I didn't get my prune cookies earlier, and they've been made up to me, so the world is in equilibrium. I'm gonna.
Sounds good.
And I text Sailor Artemis back.
It has been done.
Good job, my friend.
Sounds good. Yeah. So, Sailor Artemis, you are about to like show up at the milkshake place, right? And right before you like get there, I think you see like probably there's like it's like a shack, a smaller building, but then there's like outdoor seating that usually people would sit at, drink their milkshake. It's like summer, or because Japan has weird like terms, so like it's kind of like in the middle of summer right now.
Right.
And before you see Mitsuhara like at one of the tables, right, with his bag like sitting next to him and just like waiting for you. And right before you like get into real good line of sight to like for him to see you, that's when Kuba, whatever his name is, Kuba,
No.
pops out of the bush, and just kind of like almost somersaults out of this bush, I think, like accidentally, and just hey there, Artemis. What you doing?
Her like eyes go wide, and then she just like grabs Kuba, like like baby style, and just like moves him like to like the back alley, and What are you doing here?
Well, I just wanted to see how your date went.
Okay, is it weird that I'm imagining Kuba as a zigzagoon?
I am talking probably like a zigzagoon would talk.
It's
Yeah.
a little weird.
I'm just like, who told you?
Oh, Gaia spilled everything.
Koopa, please leave.
No,
This is very important to me.
I'm just curious how you're gonna screw it up this time.
This time, I have not screwed it up
Well, yeah, there was
more than 5 times.
there was
I haven't screwed it up this week.
Kenshin, there was Masaharu, there was Shunso.
Hey, Shunso was your fault. Shunso was your fault, and you know it.
Halvesies. Let's go halvesies on that one.
Hey, and it's not my fault that the villain caught the first one, whatever one you said, was like going after him, and I just, we had to wipe his memory after that date.
It was going well before that point.
It sure was. It sure was.
We'll see. Listen here, Artemis. I'm not here to ruin anything for you. I'll even help if you want to, all right? I'll make it up to you, okay? Shunso, I'll make it up to you for Shunso, all right? What do you want me to do? I'll be your wingman tonight. I'm just bored. I need something to do. Also, this place has great milkshakes.
Listen, Kuba, if I just get
Or
you a
wing vermin.
milkshake, well, if I just get you a milkshake, will you please just like sit silently in the corner in case, just like not say anything?
Sure. Yeah, I can make a roll for that.
God, what do I?
Forceful or clever?
I think you're doing forceful here.
well-
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you're just like, please, like,
Oh gosh. Why?
Wow.
Why? That's my best stat.
yeah, I think it was going to be a 3, so you can still spend a fate point if you
Oh,
want.
No. No, this is more interesting.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, so I think he just nods. He says, yeah, of course.
And then she's just like liar. She doesn't like
Yeah.
say that, but she like thinks it, and she's just like, she does like the anime sigh where like it like comes out the mouth.
Yeah, a little cloud, yeah.
And then she just like walks off. Like
Strawberry's my favorite. He just
and then
waddles
just like
after you.
and then she just tries to compose herself and
Does
goes
start
up to
closing,
the
yeah.
table.
Sounds good. Yeah, Mitsuhara like stands up and says, "Oh, what's your real name?"
Akira.
Akira. Yeah. What's your last name? Because he wouldn't call you Akira.
Right.
Toriyama.
Japanese.
Akira Toriyama. Anybody? No.
I got it.
Okay.
I got it.
Akira. Yamamoto. Sure, let's go with that.
Yamamoto.
Yeah, Yamamoto.
Yeah. So he says, Yamamoto. Well, I'm glad you're here. What flavor of milkshake do you like? I'll go order.
Could you get me 2, please? A strawberry and a vanilla.
Yeah, and of course, like his immediate assumption is like, oh, she just wants 2 milkshakes. Like, that's a little weird, but okay.
I'm just like, please.
Yeah, of course. I guess you're extra thirsty tonight. And he just
Yeah,
steps
Yeah.
away and
really thirsty. And then she like looks over in the corner at the alley and she's just like,
yeah, you just see the 2 look at glowing purple eyes, like. Cool. Yeah. So he goes and orders. And obviously it's at that point, Akira / Artemis, that you notice you do like are kind of like just looking around, and then you obviously your eyes wander to Mitsuhara, and you look past him because we see you kind of frown, and you see the person who's like manning the milkshake stand, and you could swear that he looks familiar, and you're not sure why. Do you want to make a roll here? How would you be trying to figure out who this person
Yeah.
is?
probably like either honestly either quickly or cleverly, like either like quickly try and like go through like sort through my memories of like, wait, where do I know, like, okay, like quickly, like where could I have known, like just like quickly thinking, or try. It doesn't really what I'm trying to say is it doesn't really matter because I have the same stat for
that
both,
makes sense.
so.
Yeah, just go ahead and roll. Yeah. I think
either
difficulty 4.
Oof. All right.
Ooh,
what the
so
heck?
many ones.
Why am I rolling so poorly?
Hey, you want to spend a fate point?
Well, it wouldn't matter if I spent a fate point. It'd still be a 3.
Yeah, you can. Well, you can spend it to re-roll instead. And you got a -1, so there's actually a good chance you'll get higher than.
Wait, so I could spend a fate point to re-roll?
To re-roll
again?
the whole thing again, yeah. Mm-hmm.
What are the chances that I'll get a 4 though?
Maybe it's not that
on a re-roll.
unlikely.
About 25%, I think.
Well, okay, that's kind of unlikely.
Well, no, actually, wait, no. 1, 2, 3, 4. It has
Gosh,
to be
I rolled a 2 and 1 and 1. Nah.
Okay.
I'm gonna regret this later, but that's okay.
Sounds good. Yeah. So, this person, you just like, it looks familiar. Maybe I know him from school. So we just hear the kind of background chatter of him ordering and stuff. And he comes back with the 3 milkshakes, and he has chocolate, obviously, because then you have all 3. And so he hands you the vanilla and the strawberry, and takes the chocolate for himself. And then I think he sits down and then looks up at you and says, "If you want to try some of mine too, feel free."
And she, kind of carefully takes it and then takes a sip and then, sets it back and says, "Thank you.
Of course.
Would you like some of mine too?" And then she passes
Yeah,
the vanilla.
I mean, there's no reason he wouldn't. So yeah, you have the cute moment where you share drinks, and then yeah.
And then I would like to quickly take the strawberry and just set it down on the ground without him noticing.
Yeah, make a sneaky roll.
Oh no, I'm terrible at that. I have a 0 in
difficulty 2. So many ones.
Why? I actually rolled really well that time.
Because Alyssa's number 1.
Number 1.
It was her hat,
I don't know
Mr.
what
Krabs.
I do with that.
She was number 1.
I don't. He's gonna think I'm such a weirdo. I'm not gonna spend a fate point on that.
Sounds good.
Makes this possible.
So let me just look at. Sounds good. Okay. Just looking at your aspects. No reason. Cool. So he obviously is really confused, but he doesn't say anything. Yeah, he obviously notices.
Have him roll.
No, he notices. Yeah.
Aw, darn it. Fine.
So yeah, I mean the conversation is a little bit stilted at first after that, but then you guys get into a little bit of a rhythm and start talking, chatting about various things. And obviously what happens is while you're chatting, we just see in the background, right? We see Kuba just doot, 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 hide behind a trash can, doot, 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 hide behind a bench, doot, 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 go under the table. And you just hear a loud slurp from underneath the table, and then whatever his name is says, Mitsuhara says, "Did you hear that? That was kind of weird."
What could you possibly be hearing? You're so silly, Mitsuhara.
He frowns.
And I think because she's trying to be loud because she's trying to drown out the and she's just "You're so funny," and I don't know, just something along those lines.
Yeah.
How was your flashy?
I don't know.
I don't know.
If your flashy is good, then you could probably try to
my
do something
flashy is not very good.
Yeah,
actually.
I think that makes sense though. Let's have you make a flashy roll to try to distract him from that. Difficulty 2. Hey!
Hey, I make it.
You actually got it that time. Sounds good. Yeah. So I think it is at a minor cost though. So I think what
He thinks I have a huge sugar rush, and I'm just like I don't know.
No, I think what it is actually is you fail to notice something that you could have noticed. So that happens, right? You distract him from Kuba, and I think what happens is you do like the whole thing where you like kind of just like kick the raccoon, and he just kind of rolls out of the table and just like waddles away with his milkshake, right? Like you managed to like get that all done, but then suddenly the guy who is manning he's like 20s maybe who was manning the kiosk or whatever, he's like standing before you guys, and he just says, "Would you like any fries or cheese curds?" And he's wearing like all black, even though like the uniform is like for this place usually isn't like that. He does have like a little like pin that says like manager or something like that. Or he says his name, some Japanese name, but you don't recognize that. Probably doesn't say manager. And he's standing before you and just like, "We have lots of great fried food. If you want something to for your milkshake to help make your milkshake go down." But he's like kind of like creepy and standing like right in front of you guys.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just want to like try to shut him down, right? I'm just like, "No, thanks, we're good."
Make that forceful roll. Difficulty 3. Hey!
Oh, there it is!
4. Nice. Yeah, so I think what happens is he frowns and then says, "Well, what about you, sir?" And the roll I think rides, so you can just insist, like, "No," like.
And then I just like touch his hand. I'm just like, "No, we're really good, thank you, though."
Very well. He like walks away. And do you want to make a careful roll at that point?
Oh gosh, why?
I think it's gonna be a 3.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and use a fate point on that. Probably I'm assuming something bad is going to happen, so I'm assuming I can use the aspect like protective huntress
Sure
here.
thing. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Yep. So you spend that and you get a 4 instead. So what's something important that you have on your person right now, like a sailor related thing?
Oh, I mean, obviously my transformation stick.
Okay, that's what I figured. I didn't know if there was something like that. That guy just stole it from you, and he's walking away with it.
Oh.
He like slips it into his pocket.
Okay. Yeah. Crap. I'm like clearly like I feel for it, like in like I see him like slip it, and my eyes go wide, and I look at him, and I'm just like, "Bathroom," and then just like quickly get up, and then like, is the guy like going in the store?
Yeah.
Is he like turning around the alleyway or something?
Yeah, he's going back into the store.
Like, was
Yep. And the bathroom's in the store, so like you could like go after, like literally just follow him in, and it wouldn't be suspicious.
Right. Well, what I'm thinking is I just like go after him, yeah, like in the store, and then I want to like purposefully like fall on him.
Okay.
Right, like attack him, but like make it seem like
Yeah, go ahead and make a. Well, so who are you trying to fool with this exactly?
Well, I guess I'm not trying to fool anybody. I'm just tackling him.
I think she's
That's what I figured.
I think it's like she's trying to do it as quick as possible to like make sure it doesn't get away before.
Yeah, I mean, quicker forceful could be fine.
Okay.
Difficulty 4.
Forceful. Okay.
Forceful. You can spend that point.
You have 2 fate points left.
I only have 2 left.
For now.
Gosh, I should just have some kind of stunt.
Yeah, you can just make it up right now.
Okay.
About being clumsy.
+2 to tackle someone using forceful.
She is the tackle queen.
Probably
Pretty
more
anime.
like
Queen.
probably something along the lines of like a +2 when trying to protect my identity or something like that.
+2
Or-
to attacks with forceful when trying to protect my identity. Sure. Yeah. That's fine.
Okay, right, because I feel like there's times when like I need to like
Yeah.
do
This could be a
that,
situation
right?
that comes up again. Yes. Sounds good. Yeah. So you
Okay.
do this. You successfully tackle him. Because then could you get a higher bonus? You tackle him to the ground. And I think he says, "Excuse me, miss," and like it's like wrestling with you, but you have him like pinned, so you can like take your stick back.
Oh, clearly I do.
Yeah. And he says, "I'm sorry. What was that for?"
And then she's just like, "Why did you take this?" And she's like still pinned him down, but just like now has a stick in her hand.
Yeah. And obviously that's the moment where I'm going to compel you with doesn't handle rejection well. And it's going to be a event-based compel. So based on that aspect, obviously the most dramatic thing to happen right now is he follows after you because he's worried about you. He's like, or I don't know, is she sick or something? That seemed little bad. And he opens the door and you're pinning this guy, but like in a very suggestive and awkward way.
No.
And if you can refuse the compel, you'll have to pay me a fate point. But if the compel goes through, then he'll see this and then be like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know it was like that," and then like leave.
Oh!
But you get a fate point back.
Yeah. Yeah,
Some
no, I
imaginary
want that. I
girlfriend.
want that fate point back. So
Sounds good.
Gosh,
So
dang it,
that's
Caleb.
exactly what happens. You don't get the answer to your question quite yet because Mitsuhara comes in, sees that, says exactly that. He says, "Oh, I didn't realize it was like that," and then he just leaves.
And she's just like, "No, Mitsuhara!" And then she like turns to the guy and is like, "Look what you did."
And of course, as soon as you've turned back to the guy, suddenly he's no longer in like an employee's outfit. He is in a dark cloaked robe. And you realize who this guy is. This is Charon. The Hades' servant. And he is one of your mortal enemies. And that is, of course, we'll take our first break.
Go to Hades.
Stick around. We got
Caleb, how could you ruin her day?
because that's my job, Emily. Stick around. We got more Sailor Moon.
And this is why we don't allow Caleb to be our wingman.
It's like, Caleb, you're supposed to help me get the girls. Like, no, you must suffer.
You must suffer first. And we'll be back with some more Sailor Moon right after this. Stick around.